garage gate. What is the White House trying to hide?
Nothing.
Someone gave the president a statement to read on Tuesday that was incomplete at best, misleading at worst. Who?
Uh-oh. Somebody's in trouble. Hello, friends. Welcome to Look and Live. You are now here with Pastor James DeVallon, and this is The Perspective. We have to talk about this, man. Mr. Joe Biden is in hot water. But is he really? You know, it's crazy. The amount of political corruption and hypocrisy that you see is such a turn off. Sometimes you wonder, who to trust? Who to trust? The guy was like, yo.
When you saw the photograph of the top secret documents laid out on the floor at Mar-a-Lago, what did you think to yourself, looking at that image?
How that could possibly happen. How anyone could be that irresponsible. And I thought, what data was in there that may compromise sources and methods? By that I mean names of people who helped, or et cetera. And it's just totally irresponsible.
Yo, I can't believe you did this. You are guilty of this crime. But wait a minute, you're guilty of the same crime. It's like, duh. I mean, a level of political rhetoric. I mean, let me get to this video and you're going to get to understand where I'm trying to come from. We're going to go over to Anthony Brown Logan for this one, okay? I'm going to let him do his thing and then we're going to react and comment along the way. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Biden under investigation after more documents found in his garage. I'm going to put a link to Anthony Brown Logan's YouTube video. Make sure you go and check him out as well and show him some love, like and subscribe to his channel. Really, really nice guy. So now listen, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's just go through this. All right, let's just go through it. Goodness.
You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. So I'm excited about it.
Are those the classified documents right there? That does not look very secure to me. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about yet another set of quote-unquote classified documents belonging to Joe Biden found in an unsecured location. This time, they were in his garage right next to his Corvette. And what I just showed you right there was his Corvette, and that might be the garage, and those stack of papers and boxes might just be the classified documents. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later because he did actually address that whole situation. This comes after the first set of documents are found at the quote-unquote old office by Penn Station. Now, there may be another set of documents out there. I'm reading right now. There was a third set found. There could be a fourth and the fifth and the sixth and so on. And as a result of this, you have Attorney General Merrick Garland involved. There's a lot going on here. But first, let's get to a video of Biden talking about this. Shout out to Peter Ducey from Fox News asking the important questions. And I'll link to all these videos in the description. But let's go ahead and roll this first clip.
Mr. President, thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President,
Okay.
classified material next to your Corvette. What were you thinking?
Let me, I'm going to get a chance to speak on all this, God willing, soon. But as I said earlier this week, people, and by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage. Okay, so it's not like you're sitting out in the street.
So
but anyway,
was in a locked garage.
Yes, as well as my Corvette. But as I said earlier this week, people know I take classified documents and classified material seriously.
I can't tell. Why would the classified documents be in your garage next to your Corvette? You put like cleaning supplies, tools and that kind of thing, toilet paper. You put that stuff in your garage, not classified documents from the government that you shouldn't have anyway, because the president could take stuff like that and declassify it, but you can't. So
That was my question. Yeah, you were a vice president at the time. You had no business having this stuff in your home. That's serious issues. Well, remember, that's the same thing we were told that Mr. Trump was guilty of. Mr. Trump was condemned, called all type of names, and his documents were in his house in a locked safe. and yet he was ridiculed. He was, oh my goodness, blamed for all kind of stuff. But wait a minute, this guy is doing the same thing, even worse, and he had no right having. I mean, Lord have mercy.
So why is that stuff just sitting right there in your garage? This gives me Anthony Weiner unsecured laptop vibes, but I digress.
I also said we're cooperating fully and completely with the Justice Department's review. As part of that process, my lawyers reviewed other places.
Oh, this is a lawyer statement. Uh-oh, you're in trouble. You are in trouble.
Where documents in my, from my time as vice president were stored, and they finished the review last night. They discovered a small number of documents of classified markings in storage areas and file cabinets in my home and my personal library.
So they found some stuff in your house too. So I guess that's where the third set was at. They found it in your house and in a garage, or is the house referring to your garage? I'm not sure. We'll see. We will definitely see in the next coming days. I think what's happening right now, they're throwing Joe Biden away. They know that he's pretty much at the end of his life. Yeah. And he's not going to survive another term. If he tries running again, it'd be disastrous. He could win, but he's not going to survive. So
good observation. This is a political move. You know, it's very similar to what they did with the Supreme Court leak. You know, the document that was leaked concerning Roe v. Wade and the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Like, who did the leaking? Who did this? We still don't know. You see, the thing is, I think they know exactly what they're doing. What I've also discovered is that these documents were discovered since 2016 in the month of November. Excuse me, it's 2023. I mean, 7 years later, you're going to talk to us about these documents? I mean, what? And we were just butchering Trump and cooking them wide open for the same thing, supposedly. Like, wait a minute, but these guys, I am telling you, like, that stuff is just crazy to me. Like, these politicians, you're talking about corruption, but it also shows that they just want to get rid of Biden. They're allowing this to come out at such a time as this because they're trying to make another political move. It's very obvious. All right, they don't just do stuff kayfabe, man. It's well scripted. This is not happening because somebody just discovered this document. No, you wanted it to be out at this time. Come on.
So they're trying to get him out of the way to install the next guy, Gavin Newsom, Hakeem Jeffries, etc. Let's keep on going.
This was done in the case of the Biden Penn. This was done in the case of the Biden Penn Center. The Department of Justice was immediately, as was done, the Department of Justice was immediately.
I mean, come on, man. This is, you know what? And at a certain point, if he's being set up here, I understand. Look at the way he's trying to read this statement from his lawyers, and he's struggling to read it. He shouldn't really be right here right now. So I understand why they're doing this, and it's kind of obvious what's happening.
Notified, and the lawyers arranged for the Department of Justice to take possession of the document. So we're going to see all this unfold. I'm confident. Thank you very much.
Wow, lawyer give him something to read. Supposedly lawyer. To just beautify the picture and make things look peaceful and okay. You know? All right, we're going to move on from there. Nothing burger. Nothing to see here.
Wow. Talk about crazy. Talk about embarrassing and crazy. Now, here's Merrick Garland announcing that there's going to be a special counsel to investigate all this ridiculousness. And, you know, when they do stuff like this, it's pretty much over with. They were trying Trump like this throughout his time as president. A lot of it didn't work. But when you see them doing this to this guy, because they could easily just keep downplaying it, keep saying it's nothing burger or whatever, or just not tell us because they knew about the documents.
That's a good point. You know, the fact they're coming out now saying we need to investigate this matter and yada, yada, yada. Well, it's very obvious the investigation in itself is proof that there is a motive that they want to carry out. Because they have not investigated Mr. Epstein's list, you know, that's still out there. And also, they have not really investigated Hunter Biden's laptop. That's still out there. They have not also investigated Mr. Fauci, the ouchie, with all the evidence that we now have with the Twitter files, thanks to Elon Musk and all this stuff that's been being released. We got buckloads of evidence about suppressions of speech, about censorship laws, about how Twitter was being used by the government to oppress and suppress speech of Republicans, and also to promote and uplift the views of Democrats. That's all exposed. How come they have not investigated those things? The reason they have not is because it doesn't line up with their narrative. It doesn't fit in. It's well intentioned because they're not doing this by chance, because they just trying to, no. This is a political move.
It's before the midterm elections. They didn't say anything because it made more sense to keep that information on the low, because you got the midterms to worry about. You don't want to have Biden with this on his back trying to be the leader of the Democratic Party. Okay, in the midterm time, that could incentivize people to stay home or vote for somebody else, vote for a Republican. So let's see what Merrick Garland says.
I'm here today to announce the appointment of Robert Hur as a special counsel pursuant to Department of Justice regulations governing such matters. In keeping with those regulations, I have today notified the designated members of each House of Congress of the appointment. I'm joined today by John Lausch, the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, who conducted the initial investigation into the matter that I will describe today.
I think there's an effort here to polish character, because the FBI looks so horribly bad right now in the eyes of the public, and I think this is another move maybe coming from their end to see how they can make themselves look better. It's ridiculous. And first of all, I don't even believe in any way, and the same FBI was spying on people, the Russian gate, and all this misinformation governance board and all this crazy stuff they were doing and spying on the same American people. Now they're going to go and investigate the sitting president for documents that they just discovered, which been revealed since when? 2016. They had this stuff in their possession, and now all of a sudden 2023 we're going to do an investigation on these things. So you want me to believe that you guys have good intention in the light of caring for the American people, or is this another political agenda that you're trying to achieve? I mean, you see the nonsense that is in politics is such a turn off. This stuff could drive you crazy. This stuff is wild, man. These guys are crazy. Lord have mercy. I'm praying for men with good sound principles to stand firm and do what is right in this position. But majority of them are corrupt. Simple as that. Corrupt. You condemn Mr. Trump for this stuff, and here you are having evidence of the same thing in your home. Not only that, but this was known by the FBI way before that, and yet it wasn't addressed. Oh, gosh. We're talking about hypocrisy, boy. Oftentimes we blame ministers and pastors for being hypocrites. No, these are some real hypocrites right there.
Conducted the initial investigation into the matter that I will describe today.
So now he's being investigated officially, and there is an article right here. USA Today, Attorney General Merrick Garland tapped special counsel to probe Biden classified documents. And like I said, there were more than the two sets found, I think. I think you had the Penn Station documents, then the Corvette garage documents, and there's allegedly a third set, and there will probably be more. By the time you see this video, there may be more documents that have been found, and then they're going to say where they were. And this news cycle is pretty interesting. They announce that they find documents, and then they don't say where they find them until later. That's kind of weird, but I digress. You see the headline, Attorney General Merrick Garland tapped special counsel to probe Biden classified documents. The announcement came hours after the White House revealed the second set of classified documents was found at Biden's home in Wilmington, Delaware. And that's just what they're talking about, the guy that got appointed. So the second batch says Garland move comes after, White House is closed Thursday. Second set of classified records have been recovered in the storage space. A storage space. If what I showed you at the beginning was a storage space, then I don't even really know. The ground, the ground in the open garage is a storage space.
Yeah.
I mean, these people are so crazy.
They are.
And remember the first time they found the documents at Penn Station, They're talking about, oh, it was a small number of documents, but they didn't say small number this time. You know, if what I showed you was what it was an overwhelming number of documents. And the question is, why do you even have these things? You're not the president. You were the vice president.
True.
During the time we took the documents. So why do you even have them? Barack Obama got the documents. All you got to do is say, hey, you know, I got them and that's it. He can declassify them with a stroke of a pen. That's his power as president. He can do that. But the vice president can't do that. So why do you have these documents? And I think they said the documents in the first batch were relating to Ukraine and Russia and stuff like that. So what's really going on? Iran? What's really happening here? Now, of course, you have The View. I gotta, you know, sort of.
No, please. I don't want the views. That's a torture. You know, these girls are crazy. Literally. I mean, crazy.
The liberal ladies some love over here. And let's see what they say about these documents. I think this might be in response to the second set. But if it's not, then it's still going to kind of make sense. Let's go ahead and play it.
How is possible that after all this time, nobody knew this? Because to me, if you're missing classified information, I don't mean to laugh, but in my house, if stuff is missing, I know it's missing.
Does it feel like Oppo research to you? Does it feel like the Republicans are behind it?
It did originally, but I'm sorry, but not now. Because one of the things he's saying is that, you know, some of the locations where the docs may have been shipped in the transition may have gotten taken and put. But how?
Mental gymnastic. It's a word salad is crazy. You know, the thing is, the issue I have with some of these people is not the fact that we all make mistakes in life, man. Listen, nobody's perfect, okay? Only Jesus is. But is that unwillingness to just take accountability for your actions, that unwillingness to criticize the other party. These people just can't do it. I see only Bill Maher from the Democrats that I hear that I was like, he is saying things that nobody else is willing to say. It's okay to criticize the failures of your political party. Criticize them when they're all wrong. Lift them up when they're all right. This is how people learn and grow. But they can't do that. They just play on with words and twist and doing backflip and so on. Oh, ladies, please, you might as well be quiet.
Oppo research, huh? Is that what's going on? Oppo research, like, okay. Check it out. You know what? Here's the funny part about that. Be quiet so you can see me clearly. Funny part about that, there'd be no, you couldn't do any Oppo research if there was nothing to find.
Yeah.
I mean, all you got to do is just do right.
That is so true. I want to share this one video from and this is Peter Darcy doing what he does best, man, asking the hard questions. And Corinne Jean-Pierre, I think it's time to get another job, girl. It's time.
Thank you, Corinne. Another one on GarageGate. What is the White House trying to hide?
Nothing.
Someone gave the president a statement to read on Tuesday that was incomplete at best, misleading at worst. Who?
So I have read out the president's statement. I read it out yesterday and what he said. He said that he respects or he takes classified information and documents very seriously. That's what he said. He said that he did not know that the records were there. He does not know what's in them. He said that. You heard from him directly on this. And his team has been cooperating fully. And not only that, again, I'll say this, the Attorney General said this himself.
I love Peter Darcy's. Look at his face. He's like, I know you're lying. And so do the American people. But we're just going to sit here and watch you make shipwreck. Because we know. Your job right now, Corinne Jean-Pierre, with all due respect, your job is to make Biden look as good as possible. No matter what he is guilty of, your job is to polish his character, polish his presidency, cover him up, clothe him, make him look righteous, make him look sinless. That's what your job is. And listen, we get it. You're doing an okay job, but I want to say good because you're horrible. At least we knew. I mean, I've heard other Speaker of the House or you know, I've heard people who saying things they just make sense, right? Corinne Jean-Pierre is. I mean, come on. What was the other girl? A circle back girl. At least you knew she was lying, but she was good at it. She's not even a good liar.
Fully. And not only that, again, I'll say this, the Attorney General said this himself, that he heard from the team shortly after. So we have laid out what has occurred here. You've heard from the White House counsel. I just read the statement from his lawyer. And again, you know, we take this very seriously, and the president does as well.
When will the White House release a log of visitors to the Wilmington House?
You know, Peter, you've asked this question, or your colleagues have asked this question before. Let's not forget what we did here in this White House. We instituted something that the last administration got rid of, which is putting out the White House, making sure that there was a White House log, extensive White House log, so the American people got to see.
House where there is potentially unsecured, classified material.
Again, I am telling you, we did something that the last administration got rid of, which is instituting the White House logs. Did you ask the last administration why they got rid of the White House logs? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Well, did Fox did? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
Wow, the mental gymnastic is out of this world, man. This is politics for you. Welcome to 2023 political rhetoric. Yay, you've made it. This is what we do here. We lie, we deceive, we trick you, and we hope that you vote for us. Oh, man. You know, to keep it simple, what I think is going on here is just deception on top of deception, corruption on top of corruption. This stuff is bigger than what we think, and I think we can come with our, perspective and so on. It's much worse than that. It's much worse than that. And I think this is where I stand. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse. Deceive. Worse, not just worse. Worse and worse. Deceiving and being deceived. And that's something. So they're deceiving people and they being deceived. So we're talking about we're talking about a cluster. We're talking about a whole system here. We're talking about an entity full of deceivers and deceptions. That's what we're talking about here. And I know not every politician is in this thing. Listen, I live in the real world. I get it. There are some good apple amongst the bad ones. But the vast majority of them, man, they're a bunch of jokes. Jokesters. Deceivers. Evil men and seducers, man. I know what you want. You want votes and power and control. That's it. How much do you care about the people? Very few of you do. We get it. We get it. We understand. We play the game. We play the game with you. We get the game that you're playing. We get the game that you're playing. But boy, whatever. I think this is a move to get rid of Biden. Simple as that. They just think it's time for him to go, and they're gonna try to promote somebody else eventually. That's what's gonna happen. And I think it's much bigger than that. There's a lot more happening that you and I can understand. So I'll leave my comment alone. Thank you so much for Anthony Brown Logan. The link is in the description below. Check it out as well. Hello friends, did you enjoy today's video? I hope that it was clear and I hope it was a blessing to you. And if you have, make sure you like and subscribe to the page. Click the bell icon for more of my notification uploads, okay? There are links below where you can get in touch with us, links where you can support the channel, links to our merch, and also if you want to join the community page, join the Look and Live YouTube family. And if you have any question, any prayer requests as well, we welcome all of that in the discussion. Join also our Discord page, and there are a number of things there as well where we communicate with you on a daily basis about what's happening in the channel. By the way, if you happen to be interested in the study of the Word, we have a YouTube channel dedicated for that, the Look and Live Bible Studies YouTube channel. You can go and subscribe to that as well. And as always, remember to look unto Jesus and to live by faith. Have a good one. Bye.